Okay, so I told my husband I was going on Do Not Disturb for the next 20 minutes so I could do this video. I can't have him, I don't want him to hear me doing this. I can't explain why. Anyway, so this is my review of the Sunday reveals or drops or preview, where I just give my unsolicited opinions and thoughts about the upcoming new products from Portland Leather. So this is in no particular order. I'm gonna try to go kind of quickly because I cannot risk being discovered doing this, okay? It is my secret shame. But anyway, also, if you hear like any kind of like what sounds like scratching, that is because I'm looking at the photos on my iPad whilst I'm recording on my phone. So that's what that is. All right, so the first thing that is dropping from Portland Leather is the August tote in Empire Stone, Sea Glass, Koi, and Cosmo. I have one August tote that I try to use as an everyday bag, and I say try because it's a little large for an everyday bag for me. So I'm not terribly moved by any of these colors or the bag itself, except Koi. I do like Koi. I don't have anything in Koi except a sunset pouch because I just can't see myself carrying a bright orange bag with any regularity. I like to have bags that I use, that I could use at any time, any occasion, and I don't see the Koi doing that for me. Therefore, I will probably skip the August tote. Now, I am not interested in Cosmo because for the same reasons I said I was not interested in Empire last week, the color is too flat. Now, the same thing could be said about Koi, but I think it's a unique enough color that I could probably move past that if I really liked the style of the bag. But in this case, I don't. So, not that I don't, I'm just like not moved to get another one. Yeah, so these are not in order at all. Like, they're not in the order of the photos that they appeared on when they dropped. So I'm sorry if that is upsetting to anyone, if anybody's even watching. So the next thing is the Big tote. This is I can only recall one other time that these kind of came out, and I have no interest. So they're coming out in, I don't even know these colors. Warm Sand, Rose Pop, Icy are the colors. I don't really have a lot to say about these. I mean, they're cool. I just, if I were going to get one, if anything, it would be like a work bag. But I believe they are waxed canvas and leather on the bottom. And I don't know how much they are. I don't remember. I feel like if I'm paying all that money, I want it to be all the way leather. And also, these colors don't move me either. I am planning to get another big work bag, like a big work tote for next year. But I don't think I want it to be a big tote, necessarily. Because I think the big tote reminds me of LL Bean. It reminds me of the LL Bean bag that I already carry as my work bag, that it is very ugly. And so I'm just not terribly moved by those. Okay, so, I mean, I think the colors are pretty, but I am so hard on my work bags that none of these would stay nice, especially not that Warm Sand. That would be the color of, dirty snow by the end of my time with it. So, it's gonna be a no for me. Okay, so now we do have the one that I am very interested in, and that is the Aspen shoulder bag in Caspian. Okay, so I have kind of a story with Caspian. Not really a story, but not a great experience either. I recently purchased a Caspian makeup bag. No, utility bag. Because I wanted something in Caspian. I don't have anything in it. And the shit is just janky. The zipper is janky. The zipper is just so janky that I had to have my husband try and zip it closed for me, and he managed to do it, but it's still wonky. And then also the feeling was kind of plasticky. It was kind of stiff, and I'm gonna keep it, I think, but I was not impressed with the structural integrity of it. But the color is very pretty, and I have a long and storied history with the small aspen, which is my preferred aspen. But so I am pretty excited. I am going to get the medium aspen when it comes out, I believe on Thursday. So I'm kind of excited about that. I do love the color. I do not have a medium aspen in my collection at all. I've had 3. I currently have none. And so I am excited about that. I hope it works out for me. As far as the pebbles on my makeup bag are like pretty small and just unimpressive. But I think, like, if I'm going to still shop with the brand, I just have to come to expect that there's going to be wild variation in the texture of the leather, and I just have to be okay with that. And so I am. I hope it's okay. I really do hope that it's an okay bag when I get it, because I do plan to get this one, definitely. The next item are oh my god. I am chaos over here. The next items are Mockingbird pouches. Now, I feel like the word pouch is used kind of loosely with these Mockingbirds, because what are you putting in here? Like a bobby pin? A single bobby pin? Like a small, very small piece of paper? Like, what is going in here? And so I've only ever seen people use them as flair. I never considered that someone would try to put something in it. Wild Rose, I mentioned last week, I think is just not doing it. Like, I don't really care about pink. I'm not carrying a pink bag. Cactus, I do like. Canary is too light for me and would never survive my life. So I don't believe the Mockingbird pouches are for me, but I do know people collect them, and I think that is very cute. But I personally don't have any use for them. The Amelie shoulder bag in Sienna, one of my favorites, Pebbled Bone, Black, and Cattleya. I'm sure it'll shock no one to know that I have no interest in this Amelie shoulder bag. I am a big bag girl, or at least a medium-sized bag girl. Therefore, what am I putting in the Amelie? Where am I going with it? Who's to say? I don't know, something about the bag, I just don't really like it that much. Like, I have no interest in it, but I have become interested in Pebbled Bone. I was interested in the oat milk crossbody tote that came out last week. I didn't end up getting it for reasons. And Cattleya, I think I said last week, I didn't really want it because it's pink, but it's growing on me. It's growing on me. I wouldn't get it in this bag. If I was gonna get it, I should have got it in the Raindrop, which is my favorite PLG bag, but I didn't, and I'm not gonna get it in the Amelie. I would never use it. I can't fit anything inside of it. I don't really like shoulder bags that have 2 straps. So for all of those varied reasons, I'm not gonna get it. I will not be getting the Amelie shoulder bag, but I am kind of interested in that Cattleya color. I have seen some like user photos of people in the Insiders group, and I do like it. Like, it's not too loud as I thought it would be, but it would have to be in the right bag. And Amelie is not it. I missed it in Raindrop, and so I don't know, maybe I would even get it in a small good. I'm not against that. Maybe, oh my god, if they had it in a sunset pouch, please. I do like Sienna, but I have 2 Sienna bags already, therefore I just don't like the Amelie. There's no need for me to even continue here. All right. The next items that are coming out are the Lovebug wallets in Westward Blue, Shadow Lime, Butter Bliss, Pinkaboo, and Skyway. If I were interested in the Lovebug wallet, the only color that would move me would be Westward Blue. I'm not interested in the Lovebug, and also I'm not interested in like these very pastel spring colors. They remind me of Easter eggs, which is like, there's nothing wrong with that. I just know that like my makeup is brown, and so there's no way it's surviving my life. So I just can't get with these. Also, I don't have any use for a Lovebug. I just don't. But they are cute, and I think a lot of people like them. I think they'll probably definitely sell out, especially that Pinkaboo. Just for me, I don't have any real use for a Lovebug wallet currently. And if I did, I would not be like rushing to get any of these colors, except maybe Westward Blue, but even then. Next is the bucket bag. Now, I love a bucket bag. I don't know why. My favorite thing to do with bucket bags apparently is to buy them and then never carry them, because I have so many bucket bags currently and in my history, in my lore, that I would buy and just not use. I don't know why. Can't tell you why. I currently have 2 from PLG that they're not going unused, but they are not like getting a lot of use either. I do plan to change that though, because I love bucket bags. Now, these colors are some that I would be interested in. Asheville, Skyway, Cobalt, Pinkaboo, Butter Bliss, and I think that's Shadow Lime. The only ones that I, like, if I were gonna buy, the only ones I'd be moved by would be Asheville and Cobalt. The others are just like those Easter egg colors that are too light for me. I don't have anything in Asheville currently. I am interested in the color. If I could assure myself that I was going to actually carry the bucket bag that I buy, I probably would get Asheville because I really do like it. Of course I would do the pocket mount on it. I'm not interested in it without the pocket mount, so I would have to do that. As far as Cobalt, once again, if I could rest assured that it's the good Cobalt, the dark Cobalt that's also almost navy, that's not flat in color, that has like a little pull-up, that has dimension, I would be interested in a Cobalt bucket bag. But since I cannot guarantee that without seeing it with mine own eyes, I can't in good conscience go for that. But again, I don't feel like the bucket bags are like really that popular because they sit around like even in good colors, like the Boreal bucket bag. I looked at it for like a few months and it was still there. It might still be there today. So I don't know if the bucket bag is like really that popular, but I like bucket bags. And if I were going to get one, it would be probably the Asheville. All right, next is the envelope convertible crossbody in Madrone. I have no real opinions on Madrone. I do know that when I was first getting my large Devon that I ended up getting in Sienna, I considered Madrone, and then I realized that it was not pebbled and would likely be very stiff, and so I decided against it. I'm not that interested in the convertible crossbody just because I don't often have occasion that I need to like go somewhere super hands-free. I'm not a person that's going to festivals all the time anymore. I'm not like going to amusement parks often where I like need to be like travel super light. So, and if I do, I have a bag for that. So, especially not in this color. Like I'm not crazy interested in the envelope convertible crossbody. Also, it's expensive. I think it's close to $100 or perhaps more for like a little crossbody that you could get from other brands for much cheaper, or secondhand from another brand for much cheaper. So, and like I feel like you really need to be I think they call this a crunch wrap. You would really have to be a crunch wrap enthusiast to really love the color to invest in something like this, because it's expensive and I don't think that it's like all of that. Unless it's going to be like your main bag and you don't really carry, real bags, then, but it's expensive. So, they would have to come out with one in like a real good color for me to like be interested in this. All right, next we have the utility bags in Wildwood Laurel, Dijon, Sunshine, Denim, and Taupe. I do like the taupe one. For some reason, I'm really into these like creamy natural colors. I can't explain why. I do like that taupe. I can't tell if it's pebbled or smooth. Of course, I like Sunshine. I now have I've got 2 bags in Sunshine and a small good. Dijon, can't tell if that's a suede or not, or like a brushed leather. It doesn't look. I really can't tell. I know my eyes are going, but I can't. I feel like that's either a suede or some kind of brushed leather. Denim looks like a suede. Wildwood, I think, is a brushed leather. Laurel, I don't know. It's not pebbled. I don't know. So these are the utility bags that are coming out on Thursday. Again, well, I just bought a utility bag in Caspian and I'm struggling with it. So I don't need another one. So I'm not interested. But also, I already have a canoe in Sunshine, a canoe zip. So I don't really see me needing any of these things. The only one I like is taupe, but if I'm going to use this for makeup, it will be a true brown by the second or third day that I use it. So I wouldn't get that for makeup, but I mean, these are cute. I have no problem with them. I am interested in the Dijon. I would like to know what texture of leather it is. It looks like most of these are either suede or brushed, which is like, it's not for me. Now we are on to the vertical lanyard badge. I know a lot of people were excited for this, like healthcare workers and people that like need to like badge in and badge out of places. I am one of those people, in fact. I do have a badge that I do occasionally need to badge in and badge out, but I already use something else for that. I use my, what do I use? I use my passport wristlet to put my badge in, and I don't need to show it to anybody. Like, nobody needs to see it. I just use it to like get in and out of the building. and I can just leave it in there. Like, it just picks up, you know, I don't need that clear window. But I can see that a lot of people would be interested in this, and I can, you know, I understand the appeal. I think, though, one thing that's giving me pause is that lobster clasp. Is that what it's called? Those little carabiner style things. Anyway, that lobster clasp looks quite flimsy, and a work badge is not something that you really want to ever lose. And one of the reasons I like the passport wristlet is because there isn't that like little like clasp where your badge could just, you know, fall off willy-nilly and you never see it again. Now, the colors are Skydive, Phoenix, Canary, Pebbled Bone, Black, Bacalar, Deepwater, Catalea, and Nutmeg, and Plum. If I were going to get one of these, I'd probably go for the Skydive. I would want something that's going to show the least wear, because these badges are they're everywhere. You're putting it in your purse, you're putting it in your pocket, you're swiping it in and out of a keypad or something. Not a keypad. Anyway, the point is, you're using it a lot. And so I would want a color that was not going to show a lot of wear. Therefore, I'd probably go for black, even, or plum, Skydive, Nutmeg, Phoenix, one of the darker colors. And apparently they're releasing early in the app. Are the girls clamoring for these? Like, really? There's so many of these products that exist already. Is it everything? Ugh, no, it wasn't, because I still have these tassels. Oh god, there's a lot of kerfuffle going on in the groups about these ugly ass tassels. I'm not a tassel girl. I'm not a flare girl. I don't really like things hanging off of my bag. However, if I was going to have something, it would never ever be any of these. These are hideous. And I think that's the general consensus. These are ugly as fuck. Now, full disclosure, I do have 2 tassels from another leather brand, but that I don't use, and I only have them because when I bought secondhand bags like BST, they came with the bags. Otherwise, I would never spend my money on a tassel. Especially not these. Oh my god. Okay. Let's look at them. I'm at a loss for words. People are saying they look like skirts, like brooms with a skirt on, and I have to agree, like they are just, and it's not just that, it's these hideous color combinations. Like, why Empire, and is that Jolly Green? And like Wild Rose, and is that Koi? Skyway, and what is that, Astro Blue? I have no idea. Canary, and, I don't know. Is that Sea Glass and Shadow? Like, who did this? Who is responsible for this? This is so ugly. And truly, this brings me to a larger point. So I bought one of those Tom Cat flares. Now, I have never purchased a flare from PLG prior to this. I have been to a store one time, and I didn't even really look at the flares because I know I'm not interested. But I did buy a Tom Cat flare, and I bought it in Koi. And like, so many people love the flares from PLG, and they're always sought after, and they're always like a big deal. And I was just like, okay, this is cute. And I had points. I think I ended up paying like $4 for it after everything. When I tell you that thing was so ill constructed, it was like, I'm sure that with like some YouTube videos and like a free afternoon, I could have made this myself. Like, it was just so very basic. It was very, very like 6th grade art project. That's how it felt. Very craft DIY. And so like, that's what these tassels are giving me. It's the same kind of low effort construction that honestly kind of, I was gonna say pisses me off. It's like not that big of a deal, but but it is off-putting because they aren't cheap. I think that Tom flare, or keychain, had I paid full price, it would have been like $25 plus shipping, which is like just absurd. That is ridiculous. So I'm not shocked by it, but I am saddened to see that like this is what they're offering to the public to spend their money on. Like, not only are they ugly, but the color combinations, like I feel like the color combinations could have been a saving grace, but like, who did this? This is real bad. This is real bad. I'm sure people will buy it. I don't know if they'll sell out, but they're ugly. They're ugly. I kind of want to buy one because they're ugly. Like, I wonder if like months or years down the road they'll become like a fabled like, remember the time when PLG made these really ugly, and then they'll be like really sought after because like they'll be renamed the ugly tassel, like ISO and ugly tassel. Like, I wonder I just wonder if that'll happen. So for that reason, I kind of want to buy one. But ooh, they're bad. They're so bad. Like, I'm not tempted by any of these. Even if they were cute, I don't, like, why do I need a tassel in my life? But so I think I got everything. The only thing I'm interested in this week is that medium Caspian. I've been calling it a Aspian or a Caspin, one of those. But I am excited for the medium Aspen. I am going to get it. I did not end up getting the oat milk medium crossbody from last week that I was excited about, just because it was a lot of money. Like, it was like what is it, $120 or something with with no closure, no zip. I was like, I don't want to spend that. It's a light colored bag. I'm already on the edge about it. I'm already worried that I'm going to mess it up. I don't want to spend that money on something that I'm worried to carry. So I'm going to instead get the Aspen, the medium Aspen and Caspian, and I'm excited about that. So I might get something else, like a little small good too, just to get my money's worth in shipping. Oh, I did miss something. I missed the dot keychain. Now, I have always thought the dot keychains were so fucking cute. I don't have one. I went to the store. Like, when I went to the store, I saw them and there was no colors that I liked, but otherwise I would have gotten one. They're so cute. I like the cactus and I like the oat milk. My problem with the oat milk is, of course, that it's so light that I'm afraid that it'll just be dirty brown in the second week that I own it. I do like the cactus, so I might get the cactus. Currently, I use a taco keychain in sienna for my keys, which I have no problem with that. The only issue with that is that sometimes, because it's kind of a neutral, I cannot always see my keys in my bag, and so I think a cactus. Plus, I think the dop is so cute. It's adorable. So I might actually get the cactus dop keychain. I also do like the cactus color. So it would be interesting to just get that, to check it out, to review the leather and see how it is. And then if something else comes out in it, in that color, maybe I'd get it. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just taken with, I really love small, squishy leather toys that I have almost no use for. Like, for some reason, those really suck me in, especially if they're in cute, bright, fun colors. I love those.